We got another video today. Today, we have quite a pretty decent fragrance going on today, and it's gonna be Symphony by Louis Vuitton. Have I ever smelled Symphony before? I want to clarify, and I'm always transparent with people. I have not. But like I always say before I start my videos too, specifically on fragrances, I never smelled the actual one. When you hold yourself to a lower standard, you don't have to aim so high for those fragrances. So if I never sampled a $500 fragrance like Symphony, and I just buy the cheap one first, then my mentality about that is I'm gonna enjoy my cheaper fragrances versus enjoying the expensive fragrances. Because really when it comes to fragrances is that it's literally just scent. And as long as you're not picky with your naturals or the name brand behind it, then dupes are the best way to go. And these are dupes. So we're gonna go ahead Fragrantica. Oh, and I do want to say this and clarify too, that the Symphony notes on Fragrantica are not gonna be complete. What do I mean by that? When it comes to perfumers, and I've learned this through watching other people, is that they don't want you knowing the whole note breakdown, because if they were to tell you the whole note breakdown, you'd be able to steal it quickly. Like a signature on a painting or a specific art style on a painting. If they just told you how they made that piece of work, then it wouldn't be art. And that's what I believe Louis Vuitton Symphony is. You get grapefruit, bergamot, and ginger. To be quite honest, what I get from this fragrance, and I got my decant from thescentforyou.com. This is an oil. Again, as you can see, it's pretty low because I've had actually made it into a perfume. And how I did that is I put oil with, and this works really, really well too, 95% alcohol. And you ask ChatGPT for whatever concentration you want, EDT, EDP, extrait. This is 30% oil, and the rest, 70% is alcohol. You have to let this sit for at least 3 weeks to 4 weeks. So yeah, like a month or 2 weeks. But so far as I can see, this seems like it's been diluted completely all the way through. So we're just gonna sample the bottle, oil, and then spray our custom-made fragrance. If you guys are ready, let's get into it. So I'm gonna open this, and these are really, really awesome to use too. So with Symphony, I get a very prominent grapefruit. And again, if I'm explaining this and it sounds exactly like it, good for you. You don't have to buy the $500 fragrance. You can just buy the oil. So if this smells similar to it and you already have your sample of Symphony and you're looking for a cheaper dupe of it, this is going to be great. So I get the grapefruit here is very, very prominent. It's slightly sweet and juicy. The ginger here starts coming out and the bergamot really, really stands out. But I feel like what I'm getting in the background is a feeling of ambroxan, because it's really radiating off my skin very well. And then like white floral, so like lily in the valley, or maybe like a very clean jasmine, and then Hydian. That's what I feel like I'm getting here. But this kind of falls, and this is where I don't believe it's worth the price tag. This falls into the category afternoon swim. If you have afternoon swim, you don't need Symphony. There, I said it. You don't need Symphony if you have afternoon swim, because Symphony is a grapefruit afternoon swim. While afternoon swim is more as a very ripe orange. This is a very ripe grapefruit. So if you have afternoon swim and Symphony, it's redundant to have each other. I bet nobody told you that. It's damn true. That's why they hyped this up to the moon, and as soon as I got my decant in and it spilled all over the place, I was like, this literally smells like a more adult version of Pacific Chill too. Because with this, you get that vibe of Pacific Chill, like a minty vibe, but it's just a very juicy grapefruit. So this falls between Afternoon Swim and Pacific Chill. This comes into the middle, makes Symphony. Now, you can get Afternoon Swim for $300, and you can get Pacific Chill for $300. But if you have, like me, the Azure by Maison Alhambra, and I have the Pacific Chill dupe by Maison Alhambra too. So this is redundant to have. Don't buy this fragrance. Now, what I'm going to do now is spray this and see how good this one is. This has been sitting for like 2 days, so I'm not expecting much, but. Ooh. There's no way that's it. Wow, bro. So I'm getting... This works really well. This worked really, really well. A straight up applause to that. This works really well. So now I get the ginger and the grapefruit really, really stand out on my skin really, really well. And that ambroxan is allowing stuff to push and kind of dance in the air. This is very strong. And the bergamot is kind of giving it a like a masculine feel. Now, do I believe this is unisex? My girlfriend was very iffy about it. She was saying it leans slightly feminine, but she said no, anybody can wear this. And I think so too. Now, is this my absolute favorite? No. This isn't something I'm going to die for. Now, what I do get here too is I can tell why people might see Rave Now White as being a dupe, because you get the same notes, but instead of the same notes in the middle, you get a green apple. So I'm thinking that the green apple in Rave Now White is what's replacing that grapefruit feel, if that makes any sense. I'm getting the Rave Now White bottle tomorrow, and I've heard a lot of people telling me that it smells similar to Symphony, like really, really close. And I can tell why, because the grapefruit and the green apple kind of have like that same scent, where it's just very juicy. And this is what it gets here. This is anytime where summertime, springtime, wintertime, this might not last long. But as far as I can tell, why not? It'll last during the summertime. No questions about that. And date night, sure, if you want to. This is... My girlfriend told me that this fragrance isn't a compliment getter for sure. But she enjoys pineapple a lot, so that's her with creative events and stuff. So it might vary per person. And longevity on this, I could see it being pretty decent. And as far as getting a scent bubble, it depends how hot it is. If it's very hot, I can tell this scent bubble is going to be very strong. But if it's just one of those cool summer days, then it's not going to be as strong. Do I like this? No, it's okay. I already have something that's redundant to this, so there's no need for it. That's going to be it for today's video. I love you guys so much. Subscribe to the channel. And that was my review on the oil dupe of Symphony. And you can get it at the Scent For You. It's a website online. You pay $5 for shipping. And I think I paid for a 1 ounce of oil. So this is actually pretty big. I don't know if you guys can see that. And that's my thumb. And I got a pretty big thumb. $10 or so. And you can use this for shampoos, body washes, homemade soaps. That's why I love getting oil dupes versus alcohol sprayer dupes. Because you can't do too much. But with oils, you can diversify with that. You already know. I love you guys. You already know. God loves you too. That's going to be it. Peace out. See